Look at those fucking traps, bro. Okay. I'll try to make this post the shortest I can. Doesn't look like you tried that hard, bro. It's fucking long, I suppose. Okay, let's go. I was in a relationship with this girl for 3 years. We broke up a couple of times beforehand and got back together anyway. But 6 months ago, she told me that she doesn't want to be in a relationship right now because she needs to focus on herself. Wait till I finish. I was already prepared for it because our relationship was quite bad for some time before this happened. Ever since then, I went in all in on self-improvement and became a fucking machine. I was the happiest I've been ever in my life, and I still am to this day. Okay, good. Happy for you. During the time after the breakup, I went to see her in person once because she had something she wanted to talk about. If, by the way, for the guys reading this, watching this, if you're actually done with a girl, you do not go and see them again. You don't message her. If she messages you and she's trying to get closure or whatever, you don't fucking even reply. If you're actually done with the girl, you don't go and like randomly go see her again, pick up her calls, reply to her messages. She wants closure, you want closure. Doesn't fucking matter. Don't. Just if you're done with the girl, if there's been a reason to split up, then just split. Never see each other ever again. Make it like that. It's usually when couples, man and women, they split up and then they're like, oh, I've just got to see you one more time just so we can talk about it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. Usually when a girl says that, it's like she, in quite a lot of girls, honestly, in quite a fucked up way, they'll almost want to see you kind of upset about it, because it will validate their self-worth. Especially if the girl breaks up with you and then she reaches out to you after a few weeks, you do not come crawling back. That's called like the beta male breakup test, where basically she will break up with a guy that she's not really into. She will absolutely start talking to guys, and she already has been talking to guys, but she'll go meet a guy, get fucked or whatever in the next few days, or even on the same day she breaks up with you. And then after a few weeks, when that new guy didn't really take her seriously, she will message you again and say, oh, hey, I just wanted to reach out. How are you? Whatever. It's not because she really wants to get back with you, although she might if she's feeling kind of needy and desperate. It's more so that she just wants the validation from you because the main guy that she was fantasizing about when she was in a relationship with you isn't replying right now. So then you oh, hey, I'm so good to, let's talk, whatever. And you just validate her feelings. Once you have decided that a relationship has ended, you just do not see her ever again. Just make it happen. Don't be a little wuss right now saying, oh, but Hamza, I'm in school, so I've got... It doesn't matter. You just don't purposefully see her. You don't text her back, whatever. Done. That's it. Class. I didn't text her almost at all after the breakup, while she was texting me pretty much every day in the same way, like while we were together. I mean, you were probably replying to her during this time, right? So you basically were texting her the same. I wanted to say that I want to completely remove her from my life and never see her again. But when I went into her house, it was like something switched inside of me and I couldn't get myself to do it. Why would you go see your ex again, bro? Why are you like going into the house? And because I was waiting so long to do it, her father called her that he's going home, so I had to basically put on my shoes and run so he doesn't see me. For insight, this girl's from a different religion, and it is forbidden for them to be in a relationship with someone from a religion other than theirs. Anyway, she was thanking me for seeing her very much, and this made me realize that she thinks that it's going to be like one of our previous breakups where I crawl back to her and tell her that she is the love of my life. But little does she know, I became a brand new person. I changed my personality and mindset completely. Thanks to Hamza, I actually started living in a masculine red-pilled way, starting improving myself in every aspect and started living a life uninfluenced by other people, by my own rules and values, which is never going to change, by the way. Don't worry. I don't consider coming back to her, and that's not the point. Bro, you said this fucking post was going to be short, man. After this meeting, she was texting me even more, and I was really cold and distant, basically ignoring her. I decided that I need to wake her up and make her see things that really are, and end this once for all. I set up a meeting with her. Again, this is just a pussy move by you. If you're done with a girl, why are you fucking trying to meet her and get closure like a fucking woman? Closure is for women, and you don't give them that satisfaction if they've split up with you or if they've been a bad person. But you don't need to go and get closure from the girl that you don't want to go and see. And said that if she doesn't show up, she will never see me again. This time, I did what I was too scared to do last time. I told her that this is the last time we will see each other and that I won't go back to being with her. I'll spare you the rest of the conversation, but it was pretty emotional. She was crying since the beginning to the end, and most of the time I truthfully felt nothing other than relief, but it it would be too easy, right? At the end of the conversation, she made a confession to me. She was severely depressed during the past month and had multiple suicide attempts. I knew she was struggling with depression in the past because she had the hardest life of all people I know in my life. Out of respect, I won't write here the details, but basically imagine the worst you can and multiply it by 2. I mean it. Look, once you've split up with a girl, she's no longer your responsibility. Quite a lot of girls will actually do this, where when you're splitting up with them, they'll say something like this, oh, but I'll kill myself, I'm depressed, whatever. It's not your responsibility. She's an adult, she's got her own social circle, not your responsibility. You are not responsible for anything that happens because you're no longer with this woman. You don't let her basically manipulate you into staying, because this is a manipulation tactic. It might be the truth, but she's saying this to make you basically feel guilty and force you to stay. So don't. You are your own individual person, and you owe nothing to the previous relationship that you've already wanted to leave. A lot of guys, when their girl says this to them, like their ex, but it's still like the girl you're in love with, they'll just break, they'll feel terrible, whatever. But you've got to understand, this is actually quite a common form of manipulation that girls use. Guys use something similar often with, the threat of more violence. Okay, if you leave me, I'll beat the shit out of you. If you leave me, I'll, blackmail, I'll tell everyone you're a slut, whatever. But a lot of girls, especially these days, they use this one, which is like, oh, I'm so vulnerable, you shouldn't leave me because I'm so depressed and I'm suicidal, and if you leave, I might end up doing something again. They might. They honestly might. But it's not your responsibility. And once you're done with a girl and you've already got to this point, you shouldn't let what she says about this change your mind. I know that sounds heartless, but you've got to be heartless in this case when your heart is no longer for her. Guys who get into this situation with a girl who says this to them, a lot of the times they'll end up still kind of being with this girl for years after this point, miserable. You'll lose like a chunk, 10, 20% of your life so far with this girl just because she made this random threat, which maybe she was almost exaggerating about. She was just telling you this because she knew that it'd make you stay. You need to get rid of like this savior complex that we have as men, where we see a woman who's kind of vulnerable and we really want to take care of her, and we don't, she needs us. We love to feel needed. But just be careful, because it's a very common manipulation tactic. And once you've decided you don't want to be with a girl, don't. That's it. Just fucking don't. To this point, I was doing well, but this information put me off balance. I really care about her because she's the most valuable girl I've met in my whole life, and our relationship was one of the best things that had happened to me in my life. But I just can't be in a relationship with her, although after I found out about her dark secret, I was considering it. No. That's going to make things worse. Think about it. You don't want to be with her, and you're going to get with her just because she's saying that she's got bad mental health. If you do that, then at some point you're going to want to break up anyway. I know maybe you might not think that right now, but at some point you'll want to break up, and then she'll be the same position anyway. She's an adult. She's an individual person. She needs to go figure this out by herself and with her family. It's no longer your responsibility. But I hold frame. If I didn't hold frame, my old self would win, but I passed this trial. I knew I cannot go back. To this point, I was sure just to block her everywhere and never see her again, but I know that she literally has no one who could help her in her life, and I mean it too still. Not your responsibility. No one she can be open to this about. That's her responsibility, not yours. You've already left her. You need to leave it like that. So I did something I thought was right. I told her that I won't be with her, but if she needs someone to talk to, I will be there for her. Some time passed, and she said that she feels stupid to text me, but she really needs to see me. We met once again, and from the beginning, I was showing that I am not changing my decision. She said that her mother most likely has cancer, and her father divorced them, so now they're alone. I supported her the best I could, and even let her hug me, even though I really didn't want to do that. Look, this is breaking frame, right? This is you basically just being a coward. You don't want to be there. You don't think that this girl deserves your presence, this heart. You've closed your heart from her. She's no longer yours. You're not a monster for this. You've just got standards. If the roles were reversed and the guy was all depressed and all sad and whatever, and he kept on reaching out to the girl, all the girls would be laughing about it, saying like, yeah, he's so cringe, just go to therapy, whatever. They'd be saying he's abusive, manipulative. But we as guys often we are so much kinder and heartfelt than women, honestly. In a lot of ways, you'd think guys are often more cold or something, but not really. If the roles were reversed, I'm quite sure that she would not be replying to you, and she would just kind of, if she lost the attraction towards you, she'd just be kind of like thinking about you as like a bit of a fucking, he keeps texting me, he's a loser, whatever, while she goes to speak to more guys. But in this case, it's like, I kept on seeing her, whatever. So just be careful. Since then, we haven't seen each other. She keeps texting me and invited me to her house again, but I left her unread every time. Yesterday, she wrote me a love confession that I am the love of her life. She cooked me a dinner, bought me flowers, and was waiting for me. I felt nothing. The story is over, back to the present moment. I am certain that I want to end this. I just don't know how to do it. I was thinking of just blocking her and disappearing, but it's not the right thing to do because she isn't just some fucking bitch, but a really wonderful girl I really respect and care about. I'm so fucking scared that if I disappear, she will eventually crumble and kill herself. I couldn't live with the thought that I was the main reason behind it. I know that you will say that this can be a form of manipulation to stay with me, and I think it's partially true, but the fact still remains the same. The situation is the only thing holding me back from fully moving on with my life. It's like an anchor not letting me live my new life on self-improvements. I don't even know what advice can you give me here, to be honest. I just wanted to write this for a long time, but I just couldn't get myself to do it. I think that I shouldn't be putting this online, but if I don't, it will eat me alive. Am I a monster? What do I do here? I don't think you're a monster at all. You're just a human being with your own values and boundaries, and you just no longer want to be with this girl. Even when you've showed up for her and you've kind of held a space for her, you were doing things you did not want to do. And sometimes doing things you don't want to do for, like, you know, for your family, for your friends can make sense, fine. But you should not be doing that for someone you've closed your heart off to. Nothing good is going to happen from this situation. Look, I get what you mean. Okay, you're thinking, oh, but it's dangerous. What if she does anything? What if you become more of her emotional support? She's going to rely on you more. It's never going to end. She's going to rely on you more. She needs to grow up. I don't know, that sounds crazy, but she needs to grow up and go get emotional support from someone who's other than her ex-boyfriend. She needs to go get it from herself. She needs to go consider maybe therapy with her family, friends, whatever, but that's her own journey. If I know that, look, what I'm saying sounds heartless, but if you keep helping her, especially when you don't want to, she won't get better. This problem will just stay the same. Right? This problem will literally stay the same. It won't get better. It'll never end up until she goes and finds new people to be her emotional support. And we all need that. 100% we all need that. And she's just choosing the wrong person to. You can have like your partner as your emotional support, but of course if you guys split up, then like you need to basically grow up and now think, okay, fair enough, we split up, now I need to go, you know, get new friends and level up in areas of life so I can have this kind of emotional social support from other people. And that's the only thing here. You're not a monster for this. You're just kind of being manipulated into staying with a girl that you don't want to stay with. She's not yours to look after. And the moment that she starts to attach to a new guy, she will just move over and she'll just want to be with that guy, and she'll throw all the sort of emotional baggage onto him, which is fine. Like that's what she can do. That's what she should do. But the only thing you have control over is your own actions. Not over hers, not over if she does anything crazy, but just over your own actions. And you need to follow your own values. You do not want to be with this girl. It's as simple as that. Just picture it. I think it will help because it's kind of a heartless thing to think about. But if the roles were reversed and you were texting her this, and imagine, you know, she was living a pretty good life, I swear to God, there'd be like an 80% chance she would be screenshotting all your messages, sending it to like her group chat, and they'd be all laughing at you. Guys, when they're depressed and they're trying to get help, even from their current girlfriends and wives, never mind their exes, bro, I'm telling you, they get humiliated. And I'm not saying that, you know, you should do this to her or, you know, you're getting even. But I'm just telling you, like, that's the general response of people in this situation. You should be way better than that, fine. But you should know, like, chances are people wouldn't actually do this for you. Like, when a girl moves on from a guy, she moves on, and she literally will get the ick from him, and she'll think he's disgusting, and she'll make jokes, and she'll show messages from him to her friends, to the new guy that she's fucking, and they'll joke together. If the roles were reversed, I know that it sounds heartless to say, but maybe she would be doing that to you. Right? And I know it's a pretty dark thought, you know, making you think pretty negatively, but I think it can be valuable here because it kind of hurts when you think, oh yeah, I'm not sure if someone would give me the same kind of level of heart and time and space if I was in this position, and, you know, if they weren't really into me anymore, if they were kind of unattracted to me. I think they'd just be almost like mocking me for this. You're not a bad person. You're not a monster. You've made your decision, and now you need to stick with it no matter what she says. If it comes to it and it seems like You know, if she messages you again and it's extreme and she's saying, I'm going to kill myself right now, then yeah, like, I don't know, maybe you call an ambulance, call the police and whatever. But this is not your job anymore. And I'm sorry that you're going through this. I'm sorry that like some you know some person's putting you through this because it's not fine. This is absolutely a form of like abuse and manipulation. And if a guy was doing this, it would be crazy. All the girls would be like saying, like, imagine we posted this online, but it was the guy doing it. All the girls will be joking at him, saying, "Yeah, he's manipulative little asshole. Why is he reaching out to his ex? That's just toxic. What, like, you know, he's this, he's that." But as guys, we just kind of like we take this shit. We've got soft spots in our hearts, even for every ex that we've had, or most exes that we've had. But don't let that mean that someone can take advantage of you. If you're watching this on YouTube, for anyone who's not a part of our community, I highly recommend you consider joining. It's like social media kind of community for guys on self-improvement. And you get a place like this to actually like write, you know, what you're feeling and what you need help with. So I think it's just such a beautiful thing. So top link if you want to join. Bye bye.